Today we have an exclusive interview with a gender expert because lots of people today, including children, are confused about gender. But today we're going to clarify everything because our expert is out there educating people and children on how they should correctly think about gender. I'm so happy to introduce you to our expert. I'm sorry, my team didn't give it to me. What's your name?
I'm queer.
That's, okay.
And I also identify as Oreophilic.
I don't know what that one is. Okay, queer, tell us a little bit about yourself professionally.
By day, I'm a psychotherapist specializing in transgender and gender non-binary issues, in LGBTQIA issues, and I have other intersecting identities as well.
I never would have guessed that by looking at you. So, what are you most passionate about teaching our kids?
BDSM, non-monogamy, and sex workers.
And do you prefer to teach kids by day or by night?
By night.
Yes, I could imagine how teaching kids under the cover of darkness about gender nonconformity and sexuality is just helpful for them. Now, what makes you such a good educator for children?
I'm kinky.
You know, it took me forever to find the right pediatrician for my son, but I finally found one that's kinky. In your scientific endeavors, what have you found is the most common misconception in how people think about gender?
Common belief is that there are two distinct genders.
Seriously? People still believe there's only two? That's like saying the Earth only has two poles, or the Earth is round. Like, seriously, what do these people think?
If you unscrew the top of somebody's head, you'll see a brain that's pink or blue.
They think that's how you find out your gender? Like, that would break a kid's neck. I can't stand people that think that gender is binary. I mean, no valid science supports that. So tell us about trans people.
Transgender people, an error occurred, creating a brain and body mismatch that can only be rectified through hormones and surgeries.
Just the way God intended, with a lot of bleeding.
And that's pretty wonderful.
Now, you have purple hair, so it seems like you would know. How long have people been questioning gender?
The earliest known references we have to people questioning the immutability of gender actually go back to ancient Sumeria.
I already believe you. Say more.
And I simply can't tell when one gender ends and another begins.
For the life of me, I can't tell either. But like, how do you feel? Because you're someone out there educating children to bring clarity to their understanding of gender. So can you tell us through your research what kind of clarity you've come to about your own gender?
I feel female and male. I feel both and neither one.
That clarifies a lot.
And so many of the labels that we use in this area feel equally authentic and inauthentic.
I think you getting this message to confuse children out there brings a lot of clarity to their young, impressionable minds.
Now, I identify as trans and genderqueer.
It's been almost a minute since you already told us that.
To me, that means I like to play with gender, I like to problematize gender.
And that's how you solve problems about gender. You problematize it. And can you tell us more about your own transition journey?
Now, when I began my own transition, this was again about 4,000 years ago.
You don't look a day over 3,000 years old. Then what happened?
I combined genders, I crafted genders,
Crafted genders? I like that you just, made them up.
I considered how each one might aid or inhibit my personal growth.
Yeah, like whenever I'm competing in swimming, I find that being a woman really aids my personal growth.
I believe that gender can be a choice.
Exactly. You know how gay people are really passionate about how they were born gay and that it's not a choice? So I can see how gender is definitely a choice. You're not born with your actual gender because it's a choice. So when people are looking to outsmart their God-given gender because they know better than God, what are some things they can do?
Medical interventions allow some of us to change our primary and secondary sex characteristics.
Nothing ever goes wrong with those procedures.
We have chest masculinization and breast augmentation.
Chest masculinization? I've never heard of. Oh, the cut off your tits procedure. Yeah, that is masculinizing.
Do we have to stick to penis and vagina norms?
I certainly hope not.
Can we have genitalia that look like flowers or abstract sculpture?
That's what I need to be me.
Can we have multiple? Can they be interchangeable? And what about other areas of the body?
Yes, that's what I've been saying. Like instead of an arm, how about a giant penis? You know, like an arm penis. I think the future looks bright.
Now, there are many different visions of what a transhumanist future might look like. Some are very Eurocentric and Western and sort of proceed from a notion of a disembodied brain in a vat.
I want you talking to my children.
What I have learned is that the social norms we've been trained to follow are artificial.
I've always said that real genitals equal artificial social norms. Because you're the expert out there educating children on what gender is, I think it's important that people have a crystal clear definition of what gender actually is. So what is the definition of gender? This thing that we make life-altering decisions over.
And that gender is neither binary nor a spectrum, but a multidimensional, amorphous construct that's difficult to describe even by metaphor.
The way you're describing gender is the way a lot of people describe God. But I guess it's just like a choose your own adventure on what you want to worship.
I'm queer, I'm kinky.
Yes, I remember. Now this interview has been enlightening. It's been both confusing and clarifying, and also neither. Do you have any closing thoughts? Oh, and before you share them, why don't you go up on those steps back there by that ugly exit sign? It'll be more dramatic and authoritative.
Tolerate us? Accept us? You should revere us.
I will revere you because you demanded it. You deserve it. I'll be honest with you, my freedom-loving friend. The past year of my life has been the most stressful year of my life. There's been many blessings, but it's been highly stressful. And a few months ago, it really started catching up with me. I wasn't sleeping well, therefore I wasn't recovering well. My energy sucked, and I started getting injured working out multiple times because my body wasn't recovering because my sleep suffered so much. And some of my good habits started slipping. But to help get me back on track, I reintroduced one of my good habits that had slipped away, and that's using Magnesium Breakthrough. Using Magnesium Breakthrough is one of the most potent ways I've found to not only get to sleep fast, but sleep deeply, and then wake up the next day full of energy, rested, and rejuvenated. At night, I take a couple capsules an hour before bed, and magic happens. And on highly stressful days, I'll take a couple capsules throughout the day as well. Don't miss out on the most relaxing sleep ever. Get your Magnesium Breakthrough and an exclusive offer for my viewers only at bioptimizers.com/JP. And use code AWAKEN at checkout for 10% off your order. That's bioptimizers.com/JP.